Hello, I'm Martine, the artist behind Martine's Fine Art. First of all, I have to say this isn't a sponsored video, it's only based on my opinions and my experiences. You probably all know that Derwent launched a new colored pencil line, the Derwent Procolour. I was very curious about them, and I already knew almost half of them weren't light fast, but I bought the whole set because I've got a real great discount and it was just a bit more expensive to buy the whole set instead of just the light fast ones. So let's see what questions we have first. I have a few general questions. So the first one is, how serious is a light fast issue? And second, do they add something to the polychromos? Are the colors supplementary to them? And another question, the third one, is, are they wax or oil based? And then I've got a few questions for the sanded paper surface. Do they blend with powder blender? And how do they perform on sanded paper? And the same for drafting film. How do they perform on the drafting film? And is it possible to layer on the film in a nice way? And the last question I had was, how do they perform on the hot press watercolor paper? And how do they blend with the odorless mineral spirits? In this video I will concentrate on the first couple of questions, the general ones, and on their performance on sanded paper, while showing my first project with these beauties. First I printed the light fast table and numbered all the colored pencils. And then I took all the colored pencils with a light fast rating below 6 on the blue wool scale and marked them with orange tape. As you can see, that's almost half of the pencils. You could use them if you're not aiming for selling your work or when you want to make prints, but for selling the originals or doing commissioned work, I wouldn't use them. When I did this, I was really glad with a couple of colors, like champagne, flash pink and salmon. But it was so disappointing to put the cerise pink, rose pink, imperial purple and dark violet into the don't use it selection. Maybe Derwent can work on this issue. I think we all agree on that point, even if we'll have to pay a couple of pounds more. So I started with only the light fast ones. I wanted to complete the whole drawing with the Derwents, but soon I got frustrated and grabbed a few additional polychromos. So if you use the light fast ones only, you'll definitely need to add some other colors. So when you're looking for your first serious set of colored pencils, I wouldn't advise this set to start with. They say they are wax based. Well, actually all colored pencils contain certain amounts of wax, but on the sanded paper they acted more like the oil-based polychromos than the wax-based Prismacolor or Luminance or Pablos. They blended really well with the powder blender, like or maybe even better than the polychromos. I could move the pigments very easy. So when you would ask me to set them in order of blendability, I would say the Procolour are first, the polychromos second, the Pablos third and the Luminance on the fourth place. Where the Procolour are the easiest ones to blend, the Luminance stick the most to the surface. So I love them for the background. That was a real big positive of these pencils. And then the next question. Can I sharpen them to a sharp point and do they hold their point well? Well, sharpening was really easy with my simple handheld sharpener. And drawing in hairs was easy too. I think they perform just like the polychromos. But, like I said before in earlier projects, the Pablos are the absolute winners for the sharp details on sanded paper. So for today, my first conclusions. The light fast issue is really bad and Derwent would make real friends if they solve this problem. And they bring some beautiful colors and they are supplementary to the polychromos. They are wax-based but act more like oil-based colored pencils on sanded paper. They blend very well with the powder blender and are my go-to pencil for the backgrounds now. And they can be sharpened and hold their point very well, but not as well as the Pablos from Caran d'Ache, but as well as the Polychromos. My advice to other colored pencil artists would be to buy the light fast colors you like in open stock. And my advice to Derwent would be, please solve the light fast issue. Well, if that's not clear now, I don't know anymore. Next week I will try them on drafting film and maybe on hot press watercolor paper too. So I'm very curious about their performance on those surfaces. If you have specific questions, please react. Hope to answer them in the next video. So now grab your own supplies and color the world. Have a nice day.